Hi, I'm Madonna. I guess you know when you're in love, when you finally decide that you want to make sacrifices for somebody else, or you want to give something up for somebody else, or you don't just concentrate on yourself. I think like the love that parents have for their children. Dad!
Madonna, I think it's time we get going here.
Get going where, Dad?
We gotta go. We got some homework to do and things to do.
Dad, I graduated from high school
But you're
12
pretending.
years ago. Pretending what?
You're pretending that you're a movie star and you're really not.
I am a movie star. Once we got older and we could drive ourselves, my father, my parents would go to the earlier mass, and we'd say we're going to go to the later one. We'd all get in the car together, and we'd go down to the donut shop, and then we'd go to church and pick up like a flyer, like we'd been there, you know, and we'd make up something that the priest said during the sermon. And I think my father knew all along that we were lying.
Well, I don't think she lied to me, but she
So
didn't
why-
always
Dad,
give me
you're
the
lying
full
right
truth.
now.
She probably did.
I probably...
Most kids do.
He's so loyal, he won't say anything bad about me. The thing is, if my father hadn't been strict, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I think that his strictness taught me a certain amount of discipline that has helped me in my life and in my career, and also made me work harder for things, whether that's acceptance or with my grades and stuff. My father used to give us rewards if we got A's, like all A's on our report cards. And so it was my goal to get the best report cards all the time. It wasn't so much that I was interested in learning, it was more that I was interested in getting the best grades and, you know, getting the most. My father gave us 25 cents for every A that we got. So I wanted to earn the most amount of money. I wanted to be the envy of my brothers and sisters. Well, everyone in the family studied a musical instrument. My father was really big on that. Somehow, I only took about a year and a half of piano lessons, and I convinced my father to let me take dancing lessons instead. So I escaped the dreariness of piano lessons every day, which I despised. So, but there was always music in our house, either practicing or records or the radio or someone singing in the bathtub or noise, lots of noise. This last one, Express Yourself, I've had the most amount of input. I oversaw everything, the building of the sets, everyone's costume. I had meetings with makeup and hair and the cinematographer and, you know, everybody. Casting, finding the right cat, just every aspect. Yeah, kind of like making a little movie. We basically sat down and just threw out every idea we could possibly conceive of. And of all the things we wanted, all the imagery we wanted, and I had a few set ideas. For instance, the cat, and the idea of Metropolis. I was, definitely wanted to have that influence, that look on all the men, the workers, sort of diligently, methodically working away. David's idea for the cat to like lick the milk and then pour it over. It's great, and believe me, I mean, I have to, I fought him on that. I didn't want to do it. I thought, oh, it's just so over the top and silly and kind of cliche, like art student or film student kind of trick, you know, but I'm glad that I gave in to him. The ultimate thing behind the song is that if you don't express yourself, if you don't say what you want, then you're not going to get it. And in effect, you are chained down by your inability to say what you feel or go after what you want. Lots of times Pat Leonard will come up with a piece of music like, Oh Father. We did very little to change it musically, and he throws the music at me, and I just listen to it over and over again, and somehow the music suggests words to me, and I just start writing the words down. Other times I will come to Pat with an idea for a song, either lyrically or emotionally, and say, let's do something like this, or I'll have a melody line in my head, which I will sing to him, and he will sort of pound out the chords to. I mean, it takes a lot longer to do it that way because I don't play an instrument, but ultimately it's a lot more personal. And then Steve Bray, it's the same thing. Sometimes he'll come up with a track, and he'll have a verse and a chorus, but he won't have a bridge, so we'll write the bridge musically together. I think that, you know, Prince lives a very isolated life, and I don't, and that is the big difference between us. And I just try to be a positive influence on him. I've always been a fan. I think he's incredible, and I also admire he's very courageous, and he causes lots of controversy too, which is great, and I think he is a brilliant musician. And we'd gotten together a couple of times, you know, in the hopes of working with each other in some way. Either originally we were going to do a musical together, and we were going to write the music for it, and that didn't really pan out. You know what I mean? We just kept getting together, and he seemed to fight the idea of just writing songs for a record together, because he's done that with so many people. He came to see me in the play I did last summer in New York, and he just, for the hell of it, put together a tape of some rough things that we had done in all of our meetings that we had had. And Love Song was one of the songs, and I just said, you know, this is crazy. It's such a great song. Why not put it on the record? And it seemed to relate to all the other songs because it's about a relationship that's, you know, a hate-love relationship. And so he agreed to it, and we kind of sent the tapes back and forth to each other, and we keep building it. It was like he would write a sentence, and I would add on to it, and then send it back to him, and he would continue the story, you know, basically. It was fun, because in this song, really, it is only my musical influence and his. Like, I didn't have Pat or Steve's help. I played the keyboards myself, and because I don't know that much, it kind of came out strange and interesting. Boyfriend was when I was, I guess, I think 14 or 15, I fell in love with a boy named Russell. He was the only boy who would dance with me at school because I was really wild at the high school dances. And I danced completely insanely, and all the guys were afraid to ask me to dance with them because I basically ignored them anyways. So, but Russell was a wild dancer, and he was a couple years older, so he was more sophisticated. And so he was the one who had the courage, really. So he won my heart because he wasn't afraid of me.
Mama, don't breathe. I'm gonna keep my baby. Oh.
I had my own ideas about God, and then I had the ideas that I thought were imposed on me. And I believe in God. I believe that everything you do comes back to you. I believe in the innate goodness of people and the importance of that.
Last night I dreamt of.
I have to listen to the criticism that I get when they're dealing with my work, and it's beneficial. I guess I don't take criticism very well, but it's getting better. And if I do something and there's 100 people in the room and 99 people say they liked it, I only remember the one person who didn't like it. Well, the thing is, I wouldn't even be blonde now, except that I'm doing Dick Tracy, and I had to dye my hair blonde, but I begged Warren Beatty to let me have dark hair because it took me so long to grow my hair out, and I really wanted to have dark hair. I felt like I was, you know, along with the album, which was much more personal and stuff, I felt kind of great having my own hair color for the first time in years. There was something exotic to me about having dark hair versus blonde hair, and then I had to change it, so it was a little bit, I had a bit of an identity crisis because that's the avenue I was going down, and then all of a sudden I had to change it. So women with blonde hair are perceived as much more sexual and much more kind of impulsive, not so serious, fun-loving, you know what I mean, but not as layered, not as deep, not as serious. I really want to be recognized as an actress. I've learned that if you surround yourself with great writers and great actors and a great director and a great costume or whatever, that it's pretty hard to go wrong. And in the past, I've been in a really big hurry to make movies, you know what I mean, and I haven't kind of taken the time to make sure that all of those elements were in line and good. And if Warren's taught me anything, it's that, and that is to be patient, and it's a waste of time to do something mediocre. That unless you absolutely believe in it 100% in every aspect, that you shouldn't waste your time.